Never been to New York City, climbed the Empire State. Never been to San Francisco and driven across the Golden Gate. I got no ticket, no baggage to my name. 23 years on God's green earth and I've never been on a plane. Here's to the journey, to every place that I've never been. Here's to the journey, yeah, never knowing where it might end. I'm gonna
open up the mailbox and see what's inside today. Classy campout. Now campers, I've got to put my camp medallion on this card and make it come to life. Hey there campers, my name is Elijah and I'm your family camp ambassador. Today we're going to go on a classy campout to 2 different locations. Are you ready? Let's go into the forest. Campers, this is Elijah and I'm here camping on National Forest land, which is a little known fact that land run by the Bureau of Land Management is a free campsite. So, you know, it's kind of like it doesn't have as many facilities, but it's still a free campsite. Bug repellent, very important out here. And I'm here by my tent, just about to cook dinner. Something to keep in mind is that you need to conserve water. So this is the water I have for overnight. So if I were to spill this water, ooh, that would not be a good situation. So I got to make sure I keep the lid on here if I'm not using it. And I'm gonna cook on a very small backpacking stove that looks like this, and it gets spread out and it'll get attached to the sterno and it'll just be one burner, single burner stove, very collapsible, fits in a little container as small as this orange thing right here. It's amazing. Here's the proper setup of my backpacker stove. So it's got 3 legs to keep it nice and steady. Okay, to light the stove, I gotta make sure that this little lever is turned. There we go. That's all there is to it. So you can see I used up a lot of my water. And a way I can conserve that further is after I'm done with cooking my pasta, I can use the leftover water to make like something like apple cider. So you gotta plan ahead. Something really interesting I'd like to show you about cooking while out camping is this bowl set. So it folds down real small, but it gives me these utensils that kind of lock in themselves, and I can form my utensil out of that, but it still collapses down real easy. And there's our utensil. Okay, let's measure out the pasta. I know if I put it in a bowl, I'll have a more accurate idea of how much I'm going to eat. Because they say that your eyes are bigger than your stomach, so you want to measure it and make sure that it's not too much. Now that the pasta is in, I'm going to set a timer for about 9 minutes. I just realized that I forgot to bring any utensils like a fork or a spoon or a knife. So when you're camping, I mean, I'm not going to go all the way to a store 30 minutes away to get utensils, so maybe I'll just eat with this. That might work. I'm gonna scoop it out. We'll see. My favorite pre-dinner snack while I'm waiting for the pasta to boil are crunchy Cheetos, because they give me orange hands. Magical orange hands. That's a very nice boil there. What a beautiful view I have tonight. A lot of trees and a beautiful sky. The river is over. The river is over there. Okay, so here's my pasta. And campers, I did not show you the part where I was draining the water because that would have been a very unwise decision, holding my phone in one hand and draining hot boiling water with the other hand. When you're camping, you've got to make wise decisions. And that's something that your parents can help you with because they've had a lifetime of practice making wise decisions and some unwise decisions too. But you always learn from your mistakes. You know, if I had held my hand with one, or held my phone with one hand and then held the water with another and lost all the pasta, then I would have learned from that and not done it the next time. Now, since I'm just cooking for one tonight and not for multiple people, I made the executive decision to just eat out of the pot and use the stirring spoon to eat. That way, I don't have to wash as many dishes. I keep these ones clean. And save myself some cleaning water and save myself some dish soap. Bon appetit! See, I've got that leftover jug of water to use to make some apple cider. Tasty. It's a little murky, but I know it was just pasta in there, and I don't mind drinking pasta water. It'll be pasta and apples. A delicious combination. Not a bad idea to put a bandana or napkin in your lap when you're eating your camping dinner. It can get a little bit messy. Just walking towards the sound of the river. I hear it over towards the left, so I'm gonna go walk towards that way. Being careful not to go in anyone else's campsite. Well, would you look at that? These are some of the nicest flowers I've seen today. It looks like someone created their own structure here out of wood by lashing it together. Let's go a little closer and take a look. Oh, that's some nice construction. So they had to use rope, and they probably had multiple people holding those in place and lashing them together. The other one's similar. I assume you could drape a tarp over there and then you'd have a tent, totally made from the land. And through the trees, here's a river. I'm not too sure what river this is, but it leads into Siskiyou Lake, and it comes down from Castle Lake. I'm up in Siskiyou County. Wow, this seems like a great river to go explore, but I want to be careful not to go in the water. It's kind of late at night, and or late in the evening, and I'm by myself, so that would not be a wise camping choice. But I, of course, can go down a little closer as long as I'm careful. I just realized there's a surprisingly close-up view of Mount Shasta, right through the trees over there. You can see the white cap mountain. That's Mount Shasta. Okay, I got a little bit closer, and the view is even better. You don't see something like that every day. One of my favorite simple activities while camping is to take some stones and throw them into the river. Whoops, that one didn't go all the way to the river. Let's play a game. It's called How Far Can I Throw These Rocks? Can I get them to the other side? And will a large rock go further, or will a small rock go further? What do you think? Tell me in the comments. Which one do you think will go further? Large rock or small rock? The verdict is in. They both went about the same distance. But there's really no telling if I used more force with one rock or the other. They both went about the same. They both got to the other side. You can be a river explorer and go right down to the water's edge, where you can see if there's any fish swimming by. I don't see any fish here. I think it's a little too shallow for there to be many of them. As you walk around, watch your step. It can get really rocky and hard to walk in some areas of nature and of forest land. So always look down and look right ahead of you. Hey, look! It's a Christmas tree. I didn't know it was Christmas in May. Ha 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 ha. Well, that's something that you probably do not want to cut down and take home with you. That would not be leave no trace and take no souvenirs policy. And when we're in nature, we want to be mindful that we're not taking out anything, and we're taking pictures, and the only thing we're leaving is footprints. This is the remnants of some driftwood that someone tried to put into a campfire style, but it has not been burned yet from the looks of it. Okay, campers, this next activity is kind of like, well, where's Waldo? Can you find the pile of rocks in this picture? Someone has stacked rocks one on top of the other. Do you see it? Point it out. Yep, there it is. They're balanced very precariously. And I'm not going to try to knock them down because I don't want to disrupt the beauty that someone has created there. And often with natural rivers, the river will branch off into smaller streams, and that's what we have here. We have the main river way up there, but then a little bit trickles off and goes down towards this other area, and then I think it meets up again if you go a little further downstream. The two forks of the river rejoin together. One of my favorite things to do when I'm out in nature by myself is to sing a song. It doesn't matter that I'm not any good at singing, it just matters that that's what I enjoy doing. So I encourage you, sing even if it's off key. Sing even if you think you sound like really horrible. Just sing. It'll make you feel better. Your love is like radiant diamonds bursting inside us. We cannot contain. Your love will surely come find us like blazing wildfires calling your name. God of mercy, sweet love of mine, I have surrendered to your design. Let this offering stretch across the sky. These hallelujahs be multiplied. The moon is arising. I better head back to my campground before it gets dark. As you're in your tent getting ready to go to sleep, it's a good idea to have a lantern so you can see, because it's really dark out here in the forest. But with this, I can see, and it'll be a pleasant night. Good morning. It is 6 a.m. and it is light out. Time to wake up. When you're camping, there's no sink to brush your teeth in. Before I get back on the road, I'm gonna take a stop at the lake. This is Siskiyou Lake, and I found out that the river that runs into Siskiyou Lake is actually the Sacramento River. Coming a little closer. Wow, this is a smooth, glossy lake this early in the morning with no boats on it or anything. It kind of reminds me of the mirror reflection that you would see on Mirror Lake in Yosemite. You can see the mountains and the trees in the water and above. Who thinks I should go log rolling on this log? Yeah, I didn't think so. That looks a little bit dangerous with all those branches hanging off of it. Mount Shasta is so tremendous. I feel like we're in the Swiss Alps. There it is in all of its glory. Nope, I'm not upside down.
I'm gonna make my way where the road's not paved. Gonna live my life, cause nobody's gonna do it for me. Here's to the journey.